Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for our midweek update from First United Methodist Church in Charlottesville, Virginia. I'm Reverend Gary Heaton, lead pastor here, and coming up the aisle is Reverend Phil Woodson. And we're doing our midweek update this week from the sanctuary. Phil, this is the sanctuary.
Right, it might be unfamiliar to some. We've been in graveyards, at ponds, we've been on mountains,
Loading docks.
In rivers.
And so we are back in the sanctuary primarily because we want to remind you of this sacred space and our intention to reoccupy this place for worship.
Right, is that like Occupy Wall Street?
It is. If you can stay and make this your own place. But it's been a long time, and we want you to get used to us being back here. It is going to require a few adjustments, such as
mask wearing. There'll be ways, special and safe and healthy ways that we come into the building, ways that we exit the building, places for us to sit.
Yeah, you may have noticed too, through the last year, Phil and I have been doing these midweek updates, and we've evolved in the things we've learned and done. We started not wearing masks and in a room with a little divider with burlap on it because, we thought burlap would stop the virus.
Well, I don't know if I thought that, but at least it looked good. But then we also changed to wearing masks on our midweek updates. We've been in separate rooms, but now we're coming back together because we want to show you what it looks like to come back together in God's house as God's people. And so this is how we're going to see one another later on in May.
Yes, a lot of our sermons and a lot of the worship that we've done pre-recorded, we didn't wear masks because we were not with people and we were not inside. Now that we're moving inside, you're going to see us more in masks, or when you see us without masks, it's because we're each in our own office and we are doing Zoom from our own office with the door closed. So while we're doing Zoom worship, we won't be wearing masks until you see us in the sanctuary.
That's right. So we got a couple more weeks of Zoom worship and ways that we practice that. You may see us in worship, leading or reading or praying or otherwise from up here at the lectern or other places in here. The tech team is back. They're all masked on Sunday mornings and wearing these things. And so we just want to get everyone to this idea that as we emerge, as our Nictonastic movements reopen, we're going to look differently than when we close back up. Because it's been a long time since we've all been together in this space, and our primary goal is to keep everyone safe.
Yes, we really believe that we can be safe in a post-pandemic world. We can gather together, and we can do so inside. Outside's better, but inside is fine as long as we take care of one another. May 23rd is the first Sunday that we plan to regather for worship inside the sanctuary. Beginning in May, we're going to be having some gatherings. We're going to be practicing. Throughout the pandemic, we've had some of our neighbors use our parking lot because we weren't using it, but beginning in May, we'll be just using the church parking lot for church parking. You're welcome to come to the church, follow the protocols. You can have small group meetings in the church.
All right, some of those groups are even meeting this week. That information's on the website under info at the bottom. Building use information, you can fill that out as well.
Yes, so we want to encourage you to begin putting your mind back into making this space and this church a gathering place where we meet with one another. And I'll be very curious to see how that feels to actually be present with one another. I'm looking forward to it a lot. I'd also like to thank our staff, especially our music folks who have done such a stellar job at preparing and offering music in our worship. The new tech team that has been gathering, these are some motivated and gifted people. I'm very humbled by their service. And I just believe that as you, our congregation, and the community are willing to come and gather back together, that you'll find it a blessing.
So I encourage everyone to stay tuned to our website, to the weekly emails. Make sure you're getting those. If not, they're still available on the website. For any new information about our reopening plans and all that we will be asking everyone to do, we encourage you to get vaccinated. Stage 2 is open. My understanding, everyone 16 and older is now eligible to schedule and hopefully receive a vaccine. So please make use of that as well, to keep everyone as safe and healthy as possible. Other information that's in the weekly email right now, we want to highlight church council meeting on Monday. Handbell ministry is restarting here at the church. Anything else?
Other committee meetings are starting to talk about gathering for a real meeting with real people in the church in May.
There you go.
So, but stay tuned to all that information through our website, through the weekly email that went out today, that has a Zoom link for the church council meeting on Monday.
I think that's all of our announcements this week. We look forward to seeing everyone in worship on Sunday, still on Zoom for a couple weeks, but planning to reopen on May 23rd, Pentecost Sunday.
Pentecost Sunday. Thank you.